welcome back to my channel. My name is Daresha. If you guys are new here, I do a lot of fashion and lifestyle content, and in today's video I'm talking about lifestyle content. I have a huge collective book haul for you guys. I think I've mentioned probably several times over in a few other videos that I have started picking up reading. I actually started at the beginning of this year, just kind of getting back into it. I used to be all about reading when I was younger, and then kind of towards the middle of high school until now I kind of just fell off, haven't found my groove, didn't know which books I liked. I was kind of in that Pretty Little Liars era of things, and that was probably like the last really good book that I was like really head over heels into. And thanks to TikTok, I've actually found a lot of other books that I like, that a lot of other people like, and books or people who have been reviewing books that have actually inspired me to start reading. And then shout out to my friend Esperanza, because her and I used to work together, and I'm pretty sure she's going to see this video. She actually got me onto Colleen Hoover, and I have a few of her books in this haul, and she told me about Verity, and it was so good. And ever since then I kind of just started to pick up more of her books, and a few other of the authors that I'm going to mention here today. I've read one of their books, and then I've just started going back for more. So I'm gonna quit chit-chatting. I'm gonna go ahead and get right into this video. If you guys have not already subscribed, make sure that you do. If you guys are into videos like this, make sure you leave a comment down below and hit that notification bell so you guys can know when the next time I post. So first off, I'm gonna get into my current read, what I'm reading right now. But my current read is from Robin Benway, and it's Far from the Tree. So I was just in Barnes and Nobles not too long ago, and I decided to go ahead and pick this up. I just read the back of it, thought that it was interesting, and it was a really good deal, and I said, why not? It has so many awards that it has won right there. And excuse my sticky, I like to write little notes, and I have also picked up annotating as well. So I have like some tabs here, and I've been annotating in my books, if you guys can see that. So I also have a book Instagram, a bookstagram, so I'll leave that information down below, as well as Goodreads that Esperanza put me onto as well. So shout out to her. That's just a good way to find more books to read reviews, and just kind of get a little bit more intel on the authors as well. So I really like this book from the first jump. It was very intriguing, and it caught my attention, and I just really love the storyline already. The author does not have specific chapters. They just kind of go off of which character that they, you know, are bringing up throughout the book. So it is so good already, and I just love a really good physical book. So that is my first one that, and I haven't seen anyone talk about this book at all. So I'm definitely going to be encouraging others to read this once I finish, because I already really like it. Next, I'll just kind of group the rest of the books by author. So first off, I'll talk about Colleen Hoover. I have 4 per books, and like I said, this is a collective haul. So I've kind of gotten a few different books over the course of the few past months, and this is my Colleen Hoover stack. I'm pretty sure you guys noticed a bunch of these books from Instagram, TikTok, what have you. But I read Verity, All Your Perfects by Colleen Hoover. So this is from my book Instagram. So I read All of Your Perfects, and then I also read Reminders of Him as well. So I've pretty much read 3 books and Verity. So 1, 2, 3, yeah. So I've read 3 books by her already, and I'm obsessed with the author. I love her take on how she writes. And I just decided to pick up like 4 more books from her. So the first book I will talk about is the most popular book. I've seen this on the Kardashians. Kendall Jenner was reading it as well. It's called It Ends With Us. And again, I have not even really read the back of the books. I've just kind of been going off of like what people have said about them, and also just my love for the author, because I really like her style of writing. And like I said, I've read 3 of her books already, so I just went ahead and picked this one up. I also picked up Maybe Someday, which is I think a a series. So I try not to pick up series books because I feel like I'm gonna forget about picking up the other one. So if I can't get them all at once, I feel bad because I feel like I'm gonna forget, but I know I may not. So I picked this one up. This is Maybe Someday. I also have Ugly Love by her. Again, none of these books I have really, I think Maybe Someday I read a little bit about it, but Ugly Love is another one that I've seen all over Instagram. Have not read what it's about. I just picked it up blindly, and I think sometimes that is fun as well because I just kind of, you know, once I'm ready to read it, I kind of just don't know what I'm getting into, and I can like really indulge in the book, and I don't have to kind of go off of like other, like, I guess reviews or, you know, stuff like that. So, and I love the author, like I said. And then the last one I have is Regretting You. So as you guys can see, I love getting books from Target. I love price matching. I go on their app, and sometimes it's a little bit cheaper than it is in store. I love that my Target here actually has a lot of Colleen Hoover books. They have a lot of popular books from TikTok. So a lot of books that I didn't think I would be able to get my hands on like in person they have. So I really appreciate that, as well as my Barnes & Noble. But if I do another haul, I'm definitely going to be having more of her books in there because there are a handful more that I want to get my hands on. So this is all from Colleen Hoover. And then I have, I guess I'll start with Emily Henry next. So I have read one of her books prior, and it was Beach Read, and I really loved that book. It was really good. I love the storyline. It was a good page turner, and that is another reason why I fell in love with this author, and another reason why I decided to pick these up blindly as well. So this one is The People We Meet on Vacation, which I've seen so many people rave about. And then also, I believe this is, yeah, her most recent one, which is Book Lovers, that I've seen tons of people talking about. I'll also talk about my little, I have more than one of my bookmarks, and this one is from, Barnes & Noble. So it has a little tassel, and then it says, "She believed she could, so she did." And I really like that quote. So I don't know why, I just kind of been pairing them with the books that I think they match well with. And then I think you guys had already seen it on It Ends With Us, but I ended up getting this little, I think it's called a Macrame bookmark. It's really cool. It's like a paper clip. Let me slide it on through. It's like a big paper clip, and it has I believe this is called a macrame on there, and it was really cute and cool. I found it from a little shop. So I have that on here. The only thing with this is it did rip one of my pages on my books, and like I'm someone that I'm like, I start thinking about that all day. So I try to just be careful with it, or I can just like slide it in and use it like a regular bookmark instead of actually clipping it onto the pages. So I had that. And then my current read, the bookmark I'm using, I got from Target, but it's just like this one, and I try to be careful with this one too because it can kind of rip as well. But I like this one because it has this little pointer finger. You know how sometimes if you're reading and someone interrupts you or something like that, you can kind of just like slide down where you are at the page. So I like that because I do try to read chapters at a time, so that way I don't forget where I left off. But just in case if I can't, I really like that part of this bookmark as well. So that is Emily Henry. I have those. And then the last couple of books, I have two here physically, and then I have two on my iPad that I'll talk about, but it's from Jenkins Reid. So that is the author of 7 Lives of Evelyn Hugo, and that was my most recent read that I just got through finishing, and it was amazing. I have heard so many good things about this one, Daisy Jones and the Six. I've seen a lot of people talk about this one, and this one is also, from what I hear, interview style, and I felt like the 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo was like that as well, kind of like an interview style, and I really like that, and I love her writing. So I'm excited to read this one, and it feels like something, I don't know, like a fall time book. I don't know, it's like a 60s rock star kind of thing. So we'll definitely see. We are creeping up on August, and it's gloomy here, and as you guys can see, I'm wearing my little pullover. It is chilly, so it's the perfect time to snuggle up to a book. But yeah, I've heard good things about this one. And then this one I actually read on the back when I went to Target not too long ago. I read the back of this one, and I just picked this one up last night. And it is just about like a well-known family, and they ended up having like a house fire, and it kind of just goes into family secrets. It's kind of like a typical plot that you hear a lot about, but I would love to read how she puts her spin on things with that kind of storyline. So I'm really excited to read this one, and then I'll show you guys the other books that I got from her on iBooks. So these were like super cheap on iBooks, and Daria was actually telling me like, why don't you just read all your books like on your iPad? But sometimes I like having a physical version. I love a good physical book, but also physical versions are really good, like if I can't really be on any of my technology, or if like my iPad dies or something like that. But I also have my phone that I utilize a lot for iBooks as well. So I have Maybe in Another Life. This one was on really good sale on iBooks, so sometimes there are really good sales on iBooks, so I went ahead and picked that up. And then the other book that I got from her is After I Do. This one I actually started reading just a little bit, and it's really good. It's just about like a married couple and their struggles or whatnot. So I ended up just reading maybe one chapter in that, but I do like having these kind of in the background just in case if like I don't forget to bring my book somewhere and I'm sitting somewhere, at least I have something on my phone, because that kind of happened recently where I was somewhere and I was like, I wish I would have brought my book. So at least I have something in the background to read while I'm like busy doing something. And I guess like oh, and lastly, I have this book called My Body. I actually got this like a while back. I just haven't read it yet, but it's by Emily Ratajkowski. Sorry if I butchered that, but I heard it's so good. And I'm just all about women empowerment, and I'm like a true feminist, and I just love just reading stuff like this. I've just heard so many good things, and she kind of just goes into like the women's perspective on a lot of stuff. So I'm excited to read this as well. So that is the last of what I have here. I will go a little bit into like my wish list of books that I want to get. So this is what I have in my Target cart, and then I'll share a little bit what I have on my iBooks account. I have so many saved, and on my Goodreads, but I'll just share like my top ones that I really want to get. So let me go to okay, so on Target, I want to get Without Merit by Colleen Hoover. I want to get Hook, Line, and Sinker and The Spanish Love Deception. Those are both kind of like a very romantic rom-com kind of books. Those are both at my Target that I want to get. And also It Happened One Summer. So It Happened One Summer and Hook, Line, and Sinker are both by Tessa Bailey. And I really want to get, so I'll show you guys the cover so you guys can know. So this is Hook, Line, and Sinker. And I've seen a few people share this one on booktok. This is The Spanish Love Deception that I've also seen a few other people talk about as well. And I don't know, after reading Verity, I really love a good thriller because it kept me on my toes. I was shocked and everything. But I also love like a really good love story. I don't know, I feel like I kind of have a variety of different types of books that I like, because I don't specifically like rom-com, I don't specifically like thriller, but if the storyline is something that I like, I will definitely read into it, but it has to gravitate me immediately. And that's why a lot of these times, like when I find an author that I like, I will just start adding on because I already like their style of writing. So whatever it is, I'm most likely going to enjoy it. And then It Happened One Summer. This is the other book by the same author as Hook, Line, and Sinker. So just like rom-com books. I also have the Honeymooners, which I kind of seen a little bit surfacing on Instagram, and it sounded like it was going to be really good. And then on iBooks, another book by Taylor Jenkins Reid, or two that I have, three actually that I have, is One True Love's Carrie Soto is Back, which I think I seen, did I see that at Target? I can't remember. And Forever Interrupted. Also at my Target is Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. And let me see, I'll throw in some like thrillers out there a little bit that I've really liked the storyline of. The Lies You Told by Harriet Trice. And I gotta scroll down here because they're all the way at the bottom. Are We There Yet by Kathleen West. And it was another one that was really good. Not this one, but The Younger Wife by Sally Hepworth. And What Happened to the Bennetts. So What Happened to the Bennetts and The Paris Apartment are like my top two thrillers that I really want to read. I did see The Paris Apartment in Target, and I think I've seen that at Barnes & Nobles, but What Happened to the Bennetts by Lisa Scottoline is another one that I really want to read that is on my iBooks. So those are just a handful of the books that I have on my wish list, but I will continue to do this as I continue to buy. I just thought it would be cool to just share what's in my little book cabinet right now. So let me know your favorite books and your favorite authors down below, and we should get this conversation started. I would love to read those books or look into those authors that you guys recommend, and I'll leave all of my information about my Instagram, my Bookstagram, and also my Goodreads down below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.